First time it happened, I didn't really believe it.
Getting signed to record labels and going to New York and recording in studios.
It's hard being from Savage, Minnesota, and trying to get my music out to big names that can get me somewhere.
I think they have a shot at making a name for themselves in the music industry.
You have to you have to click as people in order to click as musicians. No pun intended. That just happened.
So why does it hurt so bad, knowing you won't be back for me? I can't get you out of my head. I was told to move on, but it's not that easy. What will I do without you? You were my everything, and I just can't forget you.
It was crazy. We had a guy fly up here, and he's a producer, I want to believe. He's worked with some really huge names in the music industry. And
they brought up possible opportunities from people in the industry that were very exciting.
It'd be exciting. I'd enjoy it very much, especially if we got endorsement deals and I got all sorts of new equipment and stuff. That'd be really cool.
I mean, I never would have imagined when I started playing guitar 7 years ago that there'd be a professional producer listening to me playing with a band.
I think the first time we played together was in Scott's garage for his neighborhood, and that was a really awkward moment.
A couple of summers ago, our bass player and drummer dropped out.
We auditioned a couple people.
They heard of me and asked me to play drums for them.
We had to try him out, but we all knew in our minds that he would make it, because he was the best drummer I've ever seen in person.
That was very easy to find a new drummer because he's amazing.
I was amazed that someone as good as him would want to be a part of our band. And Tony showed up here one night, and from that point on we've just been making a go at it.
We are definitely notorious for going back and forth with our attention.
Before you know it, somebody just says something really dumb.
The penguins love it.
We all have a ton of fun together, whether it's at a practice or at a show.
You can't always just be work, work, work and expect, everybody to have a good attitude and want to participate.
We can have a song for each color of the rainbow for a whole album. And we can call it Roy G. Biv.
Guys, I got that really sweet sweater. I put it at a discount.
And someone will make the sudden realization oh, we got a concert in tomorrow, so we gotta learn this song.
Most of the time it's just once we've said what we needed to say or played what we've needed to play, it's alright, now it's time to go back to what we were originally doing.
We should do Trouble, because I really have
Dude, let's do Trouble.
Yeah, we were in trouble the last time we did.
I have that song.
And then we'll be right back into practicing a new song or writing a new song. Just like a flip of a switch, really. It's kind of funny.
It feels like I am just too close.
It's too slow.
How do you want me to play it?
So we have a new original song!
Yeah, they need to keep writing. But with their limited schedules with school and after-school activities, it's not so easy for them.
At one point, I was doing 5 different things.
I'm involved in a lot of theater productions at my high school, and I'm in 2 choirs.
Between being at school all day and then right after school having to rehearse for plays, then there's no time for anything, except for maybe a Sunday.
I'll usually have to end up staying up later at night. It has to happen if I want to make time for everything that I want to do, which is a lot.
I'm hoping this summer that they'll buckle down and write more material.
I think my favorite part about playing with Cue the Clique is exploring the bass as an instrument, since it's relatively new to me. I have played with other bands, all guitar though. This is the only band I've ever played bass in. It'll start off soft and just gradually build throughout the whole song. So what I did was I play like the first half of the song an octave up. So I play higher notes that are a little bit weaker, and it's no like real deep bass, so it's more just like. Later on in the song, I'm down in the lower register, so it builds up, and then it's more, you know.
They need to write some great songs.
So then we're gonna have to change the second note because
I write a lot by myself and then bring it to them.
Erica writes some really good songs that really get in your head.
I write a lot of songs just by myself when I'm not with them. Actually, usually that's how it works out.
Either on my bass or on a guitar, I'll just come up with little accents or rhythms or something to kind of complement what she already has brought to the table.
And then I just like write lyrics in class, which is probably bad.
Most of the time, like, Erica brings in, like, a small idea, and then we all just jam on it.
We just, like, start playing, and then someone will join in, and eventually someone will be like, oh, that sounds cool, I'm going to join in too.
That happens a lot when me and Sam really get into the groove. Once I'm on the bass and he's just rocking out, and we find that vibe.
And then we're like, that sounds really cool, let's go back to that and play that again. And now I'm starting to sequence things. Say there's a string quintet in a song. I don't have like 12 arms to play all the string parts, so I'll just write one string part out and then keep writing them out and eventually layer that. I think last time I had this open I was working on a sound, so what does this sound like? So it's basically like a track playing in the background, is sequencing. My favorite thing is to make sounds. It's like my favorite part about being a synthesizer player is making the sounds.
I think in the very near future they will be working with somebody.
Our management company had told us that there were record companies that wanted to sign us and see us play.
It feels weird. You don't think about it every, second.
I kind of was just like, okay, I don't want to get excited about something that might not happen.
So then you go home and you're like, dang, something could happen,
Some guy just came and watched us and then was like, yeah, I want to do all this and this and this. We're like, cool.
There was more talk of it, and it was like it was getting more exciting.
And then nothing. I don't know.
As time went on, the opportunities kind of faded away.
Nothing has happened from any of it.
Sometimes people just don't follow through with things, and I've been used to people not following through with things more than people actually following through with things.
So they really want them to, they've been heard by a lot of people, and they want to hear more. We know in advance that one of the band members, the guitarist Scott, when he goes off to school in this next fall for college, he intends to leave the group at that time.
It's tough because whenever you're practicing or playing, you kind of have this clock in your head counting down the days when your last show will be, and it's kind of a bittersweet moment. It'll be very tough to leave these guys. I kind of consider them my second family in a way. If this band means as much to everyone else as it has to me in the last 5 years, that they'll find a way to make it work.
Tony is actually very good at guitar. He's really good at guitar.
Well, we might move Tony up to our guitar spot because he's an amazing guitar player, and we might get a new bass player.
I'm never gonna stop. That's been my goal from day one, is just never to stop.
When people come up to me and say that they liked my voice or they really liked this original song because it like pertains to their life right now, like at the moment that they listen to it, and that is something that makes me very happy.
I know I'm probably gonna go be a producer and start producing my own solo stuff and get into electronic music.
I'd go insane if I didn't play shows. Or not even shows, just play music. No matter what it is.
Is there any